Here's the oil burner indoors. About as dangerous as it gets. Notice I've got bricks laid down all around here, and I have a fire extinguisher right here handy as well. I have a full thing of salt. Both of those, this will be the first line of defense. I'll just pour salt on it, unplug the system, pour salt on it if I have a problem. I'm just kind of testing the system far before I'm going to sleep, just to see how much gas it puts off, how much smoke it'll put into the air inside of this room. I guess we'll see. I'll cut. No major fail so far, which is, I guess, what most people would want to see as a fail video, but no fails thus far. Okay, we're a few minutes into the burn and it's still going good. Gosh, those flames are really kicking. And look at that can. That thing is red hot. Woo-wee, it's red hot. So, yeah, look at that. I got a nice can of energy drink right there. With flames. I actually found a couple of air leaks in the system. And I think that's improved the burn a little bit. The outdoors bids I've showed so far weren't quite as strong. It seems to be starting to regulate back, though. I did have a couple of pieces of wood in there, so that might actually be the wood that's creating such a strong flame. But I haven't noticed any smoke. And I looked up burning vegetable oil on the internet, and it doesn't create any carbon monoxide. I'm sure it probably can produce other kinds of smoke. This isn't a finished version. I'm just kind of testing it indoors just for the hell of it, and just so that I can post something on the internet. You know, it's just something to do. Something so that I can show you guys that I've been up to something. Yeah, it's starting to die down. I think that was wood that it was mostly feeding on. So I'll go ahead and cut, and I'll let this keep running for a while and see if it continues to go. Okay, we're about 10 minutes into a burn. This is purely an experiment at the moment. I'm actually planning on putting this inside of a small wood stove and extending out a very basic chimney, because I've actually read that the exhaust from one of these is very unlike wood stove exhaust whenever you're actually using wood. I've heard that the flue gases have very little, if absolutely no creosote, and that the exhaust is actually not hot at all. So I'm actually going to be using regular ducting and do an outside of the window chimney, because as I've read, and I'll actually test the temperatures, of course, just to be safe, I've pretty much read up on this and found out there's no carbon monoxide that comes out of an oil burner like this, and that like I said, the flue gases are very low temperature, and there's no creosote to create a chimney fire. But we're about 10 minutes in, and it's going really good. And I've got to say that this room is getting warm. And that's just vegetable oil right there, bought from the store. And my little device, and wow, I gotta tell you, it is nice and toasty in here. Just from regular everyday vegetable oil. It's actually quite amazing how warm it is in here, just from hooking up this little teeny thing. This is not a large room. And I'm very, very pleased with this experiment so far. As you can see, it's red hot down there. Man, but the warmth coming off that is just wonderful. I have a fan-based space heater that I usually use, and it comes nowhere close to making this room this warm. I even have the doors to the house open, and the door to this room open, and a window, and even with that breeze and everything, it's just nice and toasty in here. It's a very wonderful surprise. So I'll cut now and maybe come back in a few minutes. On the fly, I tried to do a little bit more sealing to the system. This whole thing could probably use a good going over with some kind of sealant, especially around where the oil can meets the tomato paste can. It seems to be a normal place where air leakage starts to happen. Some kind of high temperature sealant would probably be very good for it, or just any sealant really. The tape doesn't really seem to hold up all that well. Whenever I did my outdoors tests, there was enough cold temperatures and wind to keep the entire system cool, and the tape to continue to adhere to the system. But it starts to heat up indoors, so it could definitely use something a little bit more hardcore. But as I improved the seal on the system, it's as you can see, the earlier video, the flames weren't so large, and I don't think it was completely combusting the oil that was being injected into the system. And now, as you can see, there's a lot more flame going on, and I think it's doing a lot better job of completely combusting the materials. But I gotta say, it is toasty inside here. It is nice and warm, and like I said, I've got a window open, I got the door to my room open, the front door to my house is right outside the door to my room, and that's open, just to make sure that any gases that may be released, which I see none. I'm trying to look inside the room and make sure that there's no haze. I'm trying to make sure if I feel any difference, and I don't. But as I said, the finished version is going to be inside of a wood stove, so that won't be a problem. But this was just kind of a small experiment, just to kind of see what the system was about, and also just post a video for everybody's enjoyment. I was almost hoping that I'd have to use my fire extinguisher just so that I could post a fail video and get tons of hits, but what do you know, no fail. So thanks a lot for watching. Alright, one more vid before I stop using this thing. It's been 2 hours on a sustained burn of this. I'm going to stop it after this. I did have to refill the oil container once. It got down to about here and wasn't producing a very heavy flame, I guess because of the lack of pressure into the system. So I filled it up all the way to about the piece of string there, and in about half an hour it's gone down about that much. I'm not exactly sure how much of that is. It's going very, very, very strongly right now. You can see the tin can is red hot. hot, and there's just a massive flame coming out of here, which I guess that would be a significant marker that I need a taller combustion chamber to capture more of that heat and radiate it. Maybe, I'm not sure. It might do good inside a wood stove once I do that. But it's doing very, very well. You know, it's very warm in here right now. I'm very comfortable. This is the only heat source in the house right now, and I'm just feeling really great. I have been trying to pay attention. I, of course, have a window open, the door to my room open, the front door open. I've been trying to pay attention and see if I've got any headache or anything like that, lightheaded at all, to mark any carbon monoxide, which from what I've read, there's very little to no. Of course, anything that burns can and may produce carbon monoxide. So I've been trying to pay attention to that, but the finished build will, of course, be inside of a wood stove and ventilated outside, so that won't be a problem. But as far as a small experiment goes indoors, this is a huge success, and I don't know, I'm very happy about it, and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.